Hi, I'm Deborah Omena, Head of Growth at Mutua Systems. If you're watching this, you're probably in the impact ecosystem, deploying capital or raising it. For either of those things, the time-consuming matters are usually the following. You need to understand who's in the room, whether capital is actually moving, and whether your thesis holds up against what's really happening on the ground. With all that in the back of our heads for the past few months, Mutua has been building answers to exactly those questions. And this month, we're launching the piece that ties them all together, the funding flows, a new way to see how impact capital moves across SDGs, systems, and the theories of change. To talk about what that unlocks for both investors and for the organizations that they back, I called in Marisa, our Chief Product Officer at Mutua. Super glad to be talking to you over this exciting feature, Marisa. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So let's jump right in. A few questions that come up whenever I mention the funding flows to a partner or client is that the structured funder data kind of already exists in many places. So Crunchbase, PitchBook, DealRoom, and so many others. And so how does Mutua's funding flows differentiates from this? What does an investor get from maintaining a profile on Mutua that they don't get from those other places? And why would they keep it current in here instead of anywhere else?
So while platforms like PitchBook or Crunchbase archive where money flows, they use very blunt labels like agricultural tech or clean tech. Mutua, on the other hand, maps the market with precise multidimensional impact taxonomy. So it makes it highly relevant for social impact investing. Our profiles are explicitly tagged to specific sustainability development goals, theories of change, and solution nodes. And by keeping their profiles current, investors can move away from generic industry buckets and unlock more precise matchmaking and allow for precise real-time market intelligence as well.
What do you think made right now the right moment for us to be building this other half of the picture for investors? Because Mutua has always mapped organizations and impact initiatives, right? What do you think made now the right time to build this more in-depth, sophisticated space for especially investors?
Over the last years, we've mapped the supply side of the market with a lot of granularity. But as you know, a marketplace and ecosystem can only create true efficiency when they're both sides of the coin. So having both the supply and the demand side. So now it felt like the right time to build the investor a half side of the picture because impact capital is under immense pressure to deploy efficiently. Yet funds are wasting hundreds of hours screening an average of 300 organizations for every single investment that they make. By introducing the funding flow, we're directly addressing this massive bottleneck to enable highly efficient capital deployment, basically allowing them to fuse investment strategy with targeted origination and research, and in doing so, drastically reducing the number of organizations screened per investment. In doing so, users no longer need to rely on fragmented, disconnected information by visiting news feeds here, downloading spreadsheets somewhere else. They can explore all of the investment activity in one place, identify macro trends, benchmark funding across specific impact areas, and ultimately make smarter, faster decisions.
Can you walk us through what funding flows actually looks like? Like if I'm an investor lending on it right now, what can I learn in 30 seconds that used to take days of research?
Absolutely. It's just amazing that a few months ago, this was in an epic or in a story form, spec form, and now it's now live. So imagine landing on the dashboard and immediately seeing the entire impact capital laid bare in front of you. In 30 seconds, you'll be able to see a heat map, or you can change your view to a table mode where an investor would be able to see where market appetite is clustering. They will be able to see across different sort of time frames to know what's happening across either on a month view, 6 months view, a year view, and so forth. So instead of spending days downloading reports to scour through news feeds, press releases, they can see real-time distribution of capital across sustainability development goals, solutions, or theories of choice. They're basically their choice, right? And they can know instantly who's investing in what space, at what scale, and under which mandates. And with that level of granularity, they can then deep dive to look at it from a landscape view as well to see how the funding patterns have shifted year on year, whether what type of capital stack was deployed. So was it more equity? Was it more debt or grant, for example? And more importantly, it helps investors understand how capital is moving through their node of theories of change, so their specific investment thesis, to know whether they can validate it, spot more co-investment opportunities, and deploy the next dollar with precisions.
Amazing. And I know that this comes along as well with the funder profile, right? Everything ties up together with the new asset management section, which is the centerpiece of the new funder profile. So investment thesis, ticket size, geographic focus, portfolio activity, they are all there right now. What was the thinking behind surfacing those data points for the funder profile? And how do you think this ties up with everything that's new on the funding flows?
So these data points, thesis, ticket size, geography, portfolio activity, comes down with limiting friction and guesswork that plagues typically early conversations. We look at the asset management section as a way for an investor to signal what they want. And by completing the asset management section, investors can tell organizations, startup founders, and other funders as well, other sort of investors as well, the exact context that they want to quickly qualify by themselves before reaching out. So instead of hiding this criteria behind closed doors or vague website copies, they can provide this information upfront to make every interaction count, to make it more relevant. And this allows for both sides to be more assertive before any message is being sent. And an organization would know instantly if the investor's capital size or capital type or geographic mandate matches. And likewise, investor would know if the inbound that they're receiving matches their operational scope. Basically, in doing so, it turns what used to be a long, drawn-out alignment dance, if you will, into a more transparent, front-loaded qualification process.
Awesome. That's all very great. It really feels like a full circle moment for us, right?
Closing both sides of the loop.
Thank you so much, Marisa, for answering all these questions. I'm sure there will be a lot more to come. And to everyone watching, if you're an investor or an organization raising capital, your profile may already be on Mutua, and it's waiting to be claimed. Now, the picture just got a lot sharper. Funding Flows is live in beta mode, covering LATAM, and will be expanded to other regions soon. So go find yourself on the map, claim your profile, and see where capital is actually moving. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.